For stronger legs, older adults ought to incorporate these 3 vitamins into their evening routine. You've been deceived. Plenty are informed that merely getting older leads to their legs becoming frail, but that isn't the complete story. The true culprit frequently hides in a concealed shortage of 3 crucial vitamins that your body requires to rebuild leg power as you slumber. What nobody is disclosing is the following. These elements are innate, inexpensive, and not particularly lucrative. That's precisely why they aren't advertised on television or across social platforms, and the majority of physicians rarely mention them. Nevertheless, the research data is unequivocal. Missing even a single one of these vitamins can multiply your falling risk by 3 after turning 60, postpone muscle healing by 37%, and elevate the likelihood of leg spasms by 42%. In this video today, we'll uncover the leading vitamin for rejuvenating leg power. Although it's demonstrated to enhance strength by 31%, only a handful of seniors actually consume it. Why is that? Due to the absence of monetary motivation to address the genuine underlying issue. Absent these elements, your legs, your very base, begin to falter. Your muscles fail to recuperate, and your nerves forfeit their signaling. Recent investigations reveal that seniors supplementing with these particular vitamins prior to bedtime notice improved equilibrium, lessened leg discomfort, and swifter muscle rebound in merely a few days. Drawing from groundbreaking research, we'll outline the 3 premier vitamins that every person over 60 should ingest before sleep to swiftly reclaim leg vigor. You can confirm all that's stated here, since every detail is supported by scientific research, complete with reference links provided underneath. Yet, prior to diving in, drop a comment letting us know your viewing location, your age, and the vitamins you ingest on a daily basis. Hold nothing back. We respond to each comment, offering customized guidance. This represents your opportunity to obtain genuine insights adapted to your habits, age, and leg condition. Let's commence with the initial vitamin from the lineup, the one that the vast majority of seniors scarcely ever use, vitamin B12. Although numerous older adults are familiar with it, few genuinely grasp how indispensable B12 proves for robust legs, stable motion, and overnight muscle mending. As your B12 concentrations decline, your legs commence to falter, not solely due to muscle depletion, but owing to the breakdown in signaling between your brain and legs. B12 functions akin to an electrical conduit linking your nerves to your muscles. When that linkage diminishes, it results in exhaustion, unsteadiness, and ultimately hazardous tumbles. Here's the issue. Beyond age 60, your body faces difficulty in extracting B12 from meals. It's hardly your doing. With advancing years, your stomach generates reduced hydrochloric acid, essential for liberating B12 from proteins. Consequently, your intestines fail to uptake sufficient amounts of this element, regardless of whether you consume meat, fish, or eggs. Per the National Institutes of Health, as many as 43% of individuals past 60 exhibit low or marginal B12 concentrations, often unbeknownst to them. Indicators emerge progressively. Initially, numbness in the feet, followed by tingling, rigidity, and finally debility upon rising. Why does this occur? Since B12 proves vital for sustaining the myelin sheath, that insulating coat encircling your nerves. When this coating deteriorates, your nerves cannot relay impulses effectively. Thus, your brain's directives fail to arrive at your legs. That's the reason older adults exhibiting low B12 frequently display sluggish gait, wavering strides, foot trailing, and nocturnal cramps. These indicators can imitate initial Parkinson's symptoms or diabetic nerve damage. A 2017 investigation appearing in Neurology, tracking more than 25,000 seniors, determined that those with deficient B12 faced a 60% higher likelihood of falling and almost triple the odds of ambulatory difficulties. However, Timing holds the utmost importance. Your nervous system rebuilds amid sleep. This marks the period when your body mends nerve fibers, recalibrates muscle synchronization, and fortifies the linkage between brain and muscle. Should B12 remain unavailable throughout this mending phase, your nerves cannot mend adequately. That's precisely why ingesting B12 prior to bedtime proves essential. It delivers the appropriate elements precisely when needed. In contrast to stimulants like caffeine, B12 fosters serene cerebral function. It won't disrupt your rest. Actually, certain older adults describe more profound, revitalizing slumber upon taking it in the evening. Now, not every form of B12 equates to the others. The superior variant for older adults is methylcobalamin, given its superior uptake, particularly amid digestive challenges. The most potent iterations involve sublingual lozenges that melt beneath the tongue, accessing the bloodstream straight away and circumventing the stomach. Should you depend solely on standard pills or multivitamins, you could remain short on it. How rapidly might you sense the shift? In 10 to 14 days, numerous seniors note enhanced muscle synchronization, quicker nerve reactions, and more potent leg motions. Clinical trials indicate that following 6 weeks of consistent B12 addition, one senior patient unable to ambulate independently beyond 10 minutes recovered complete locomotion. These represent no miraculous tales, merely fundamental nutritional principles in action. Thus, if your legs seem rigid, feeble, or insensate, if you detect nocturnal twitching or sense imbalance during ambulation, initiate by rectifying your B12 concentrations. It's far from merely another additive. It constitutes a cue from your physique. The extended the duration your nerves endure without it, the tougher it grows to reinstate complete potency. Now, let's proceed to the subsequent vitamin, one substantiated to invert leg frailty within merely 2 weeks upon bedtime intake, and to foster authentic muscle expansion. Runner-up, vitamin D3. This could astonish you. The majority presume that vitamin D3, dubbed the sunshine vitamin, solely aids the skeleton. However, nearing 60, D3 emerges as one of your physique's mightiest supporters for preserving and reconstructing muscle, particularly within the legs. Furthermore, should you neglect it before retiring, you forfeit your body's prime restoration period. That's why it carries heightened urgency. Numerous older adults remain unaware of their vitamin D3 shortfall. In truth, over 70% suffer from it. The proof stands evident. Frail legs, protracted rebound, and heightened tumble risks connect straight to diminished D3 amounts. Let's dissect this. Vitamin D3 extends well past sunlight and calcium. It contributes directly to muscle protein assembly, the mechanism your body employs to generate and mend muscle strands. Approaching 60, your capacity to reconstruct muscle post-daily exertion starts to wane. You could merely traverse the home and still arise aching. But with low D3 amounts, that reconstruction mechanism decelerates even more. This is the juncture when sarcopenia, the age-linked erosion of muscle volume, commences to manifest, and it strikes your legs foremost. Your thighs, glutes, and calves start contracting. Even prior to visual detection, you'll perceive it. Rising demands greater exertion. Ascending stairs requires additional toil. Lingering upright turns wearying. Your tangible realm commences to contract. A 2020 investigation in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism discovered that older adults with low D3 who added it before sleep observed a 34% reduction in falls and a 19% surge in leg potency over 3 months. That's monumental. Why? Because D3 transcends mere bone density upkeep. It likewise stimulates muscle sensors accountable for potency and poise, and given those sensors peak when growth hormone discharges amid profound slumber, bedtime constitutes the ideal instant to ingest it. But there's additional. D3, moreover, assists in curbing inflammation within your muscles. Do your calves flare at night or your thighs throb profoundly? Enduring minor inflammation might bear the blame, and D3 aids in managing it. According to a 2022 probe in Frontiers in Aging, seniors lacking D3 exhibited double the nocturnal leg discomfort and considerably delayed muscle rebound. Across 6 weeks, those ingesting D3 before sleep displayed quantifiable advances in gait velocity, poise, and discomfort alleviation. Here's where the bulk of older adults err. They either omit D3 altogether or consume it come morning. But upon nighttime intake, it synchronizes flawlessly with your body's mending cadence, and that's when the authentic advantages emerge. Muscle expansion doesn't transpire in the gym or via everyday motion. It unfolds as you slumber. Without D3, that mechanism cannot proceed aptly. And no, mere sunlight suffices not. Past 60, your dermis generates 75% less D3 from equivalent solar exposure. That signifies even routine exterior strolls might not furnish your body with necessities. Addition turns indispensable. The majority of adults beyond 60 gain from 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 nightly. Although your bloodstream concentrations should dictate the precise quantity, invariably select vitamin D3 over D2. For enhanced uptake, pair it with a modest quantity of salubrious fat, like avocado or almond milk. And fret not, D3 fails to interrupt slumber. Indeed, certain studies indicate it can elevate sleep caliber by soothing the nervous system and diminishing nocturnal leg spasms. If your muscles appear taut, your rebound lags, or your ambulation tempo decelerates, your body might merely lack this pivotal element. Amending that routine could at last supply your muscles with required recovery. The mightiest vitamin among them, nonetheless, is the one the majority of seniors have scarcely contemplated. D3 doesn't merely bolster potency. It furthermore aids in reconstructing collagen, reignites muscle recollection, and inverts years of muscle downturn even into your 70s. Top spot, vitamin K2. Virtually no older adult discusses this vitamin, despite it potentially being the solitary most potent for rapidly reinstating leg potency. And no, we refer not to the verdant foliage variety. That's vitamin K1, aiding coagulation. This is K2, and it assists in reclaiming what age has pilfered from your skeleton and muscles. Odds are your body acutely lacks K2, particularly if you're past 60 and your legs frequently seem feeble, tender, or precarious. Perhaps your knees snap upon rising, or your calves resemble elastic cords midway through the day. So, what precisely does K2 accomplish? Envision it as your body's calcium dispatcher. In straightforward words, it steers calcium clear of your arteries, joints, and supple tissues, routing it to your bones where it rightfully resides. When K2 absents, calcium strays. It rigidifies vessels, accumulates in joints, and toughens supple tissues. That's why countless seniors with low K2 concentrations often endure both constricted, throbbing legs and fragile bones. Their calcium gets dispatched to erroneous locales, and most remain oblivious. K2, moreover, enacts a critical function in rousing genes tasked with muscle rebound. In a 2021 probe in the journal Nutrients, older adults ingesting a daily K2 portion displayed striking outcomes. Quadriceps potency rose by 21%, and upright poise advanced by 31% in just 8 weeks. That's beyond a mere additive lift. That's genuine muscle rousing. Even superior, those consuming it before sleep noted the greatest progress, as that's when bones and muscles regenerate most swiftly. K2 collaborates closely with vitamin D3. Regard them as collaborators. D3 facilitates calcium's bloodstream entry, while K2 guarantees that calcium deposits in your bones rather than arteries or joints. Lacking sufficient K2, D3 can paradoxically rebound. It can propel calcium to misguided spots. This clarifies why certain older adults ingesting D3 solo still sense rigidity or escalating joint throbs. In most instances, the absent component is K2, but that's scarcely the extent. K2 likewise amplifies how muscles harness glucose for vitality and aids in forging fresh bone matter by rousing a protein termed osteocalcin. That's particularly vital for older individuals with sluggish flow, insulin opposition, or prediabetes. In a clinical assay from Aging and Disease, seniors augmenting with K2 exhibited superior glucose regulation and amplified leg stamina amid ambulation assessments. When ingested nocturnally, K2 even aided in restocking muscle glycogen during slumber, yielding sturdier, more vitalized legs the subsequent day absent weariness or tenderness. Here's the hurdle. K2 proves scarce in contemporary fare. It resides chiefly in matured cheeses, select meats, and fermented items like natto. Unless you habitually partake of these, you're likely acquiring insufficient. That's why augmenting with the MK7 variant, the most uptake-friendly and enduring K2 type, gets advised, especially before sleep. MK7 persists active in your body lengthier, providing more consistent calcium oversight and firmer nocturnal muscle bolstering. Upon ingesting K2 before slumber, it's akin to activating your body's innate mending apparatus. And should you presently ingest vitamin D3, K2 serves as the key unleashing its authentic advantages. So if you've observed your legs enfeebling, stair climbing turning tougher, or fresh knee and calf throbs absent last year, K2 might represent the overlooked connector. If your muscles persist unrecovered, your potency unreturned, and your legs seem as though they're forfeiting the contest against time, it might all hinge on this solitary, disregarded vitamin. If this video proved beneficial, remember to tap the like icon, disseminate it to a cherished one, and subscribe for additional authentic wellness remedies crafted for seniors. Your legs transport you via existence. Let's ensure they remain potent for the forthcoming years. Should you harbor queries or desire to recount your personal encounters, you're welcome to post a comment underneath. Thanks for viewing.